They call you crazy, a conspiracy theorist. But what happens when the theories turn out to be documented fact? History is littered with secrets, buried in redacted files and whispered in shadowed hallways. Today, we unearth them. Prepare yourself. These are the 10 most shocking conspiracy theories backed by cold, hard evidence. Number 10. Operation Paperclip. The theory? That the U.S. government secretly recruited Nazi scientists after World War II. The reality? It's completely true. Over 1,600 German scientists and engineers were brought to America, their pasts scrubbed clean. Their knowledge was deemed too valuable to fall into Soviet hands, instrumental in building NASA's space program. A deal with the devil for a technological edge. The race to the moon was paved with a dark, hidden history. Number 9. The business plot. In 1933, a cabal of wealthy industrialists allegedly plotted a military coup against President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It sounded like fiction, a desperate attempt to smear the corporate elite. But then a decorated Marine general came forward. General Butler testified before Congress, claiming he was recruited to lead the coup. The plot was exposed and fizzled out. While no one was prosecuted, congressional investigation confirmed the core of Butler's testimony. A coup was, in fact, attempted. Number 8. Project Sunshine. This one is chilling. The theory claimed the government was stealing body parts from the dead. The horrific truth is that the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission secretly collected human tissue, particularly from babies and children. They did this without consent, to measure the effects of radioactive fallout from nuclear weapons testing on the human body. A project born of nuclear paranoia, sacrificing the dignity of the dead for data. Number 7. Operation Mockingbird. The idea that the CIA used respected journalists as propaganda assets. The Church Committee investigations in 1975 blew the lid off this one. The CIA admitted to covert relationships with the press. They planted false stories, gathered intelligence, and shaped public opinion both at home and abroad. It makes you wonder, who is truly writing the first draft of history? Number 6. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study. A conspiracy of silence and racism that lasted for 40 agonizing years. The U.S. Public Health Service promised hundreds of poor black men in Alabama free health care. In reality, they were studying the progression of untreated syphilis. They had a cure, penicillin, but deliberately withheld it. This wasn't a theory. It was a 40-year-long death sentence, a horrifying breach of trust exposed by the Associated Press in 1972. Number 5. Operation Northwoods, perhaps the most sinister plan never executed. In 1962, the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff proposed a false flag operation to justify a war with Cuba. The plan included staging terrorist attacks on American soil, hijacking planes, and blaming it all on Fidel Castro. The proposal was written, signed, and delivered. It was real. It was only rejected by President Kennedy himself, a chilling glimpse into how far the architects of war are willing to go. Number 4. COINTELPRO, a secret FBI program aimed at disrupting domestic political organizations. From the 1950s to the 70s, under J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI went to war with its own citizens. They used psychological warfare, forged documents, and illegal force to discredit groups like the Black Panthers and anti-Vietnam protesters. The program was exposed after activists broke into an FBI office and leaked the documents to the press. It was a stark reminder that the watchdog can sometimes become the wolf. Number 3. The Gulf of Tonkin Incident, the event that plunged America deep into the Vietnam War. The official story was that North Vietnamese patrol boats launched an unprovoked attack on a U.S. destroyer. The conspiracy? That the attack never happened, or was grossly exaggerated to provide a pretext for war. Years later, declassified NSA documents and pilot testimony confirmed it. There was no second attack. a lie that led to the deaths of over 58,000 Americans and millions of Vietnamese. Number 2. Project MKUltra. The CIA's infamous mind control program. It's the stuff of nightmares. For 2 decades, the agency conducted secret experiments on U.S. citizens, often without their knowledge. They used hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and high doses of psychoactive drugs like LSD, hoping to perfect interrogation and brainwashing techniques. When the program was exposed in 1975, the CIA director had already ordered most of the files destroyed. But thousands of documents survived, revealing a program more depraved than any fiction, and the #1 conspiracy theory that turned out to be terrifyingly real. NSA mass surveillance. For years, people whispered that the government was listening to our calls and reading our emails. They were dismissed as paranoid. Then, in 2013, Edward Snowden leaked a trove of classified documents, exposing the NSA's PRISM program. The truth was staggering. The NSA was secretly collecting data on millions of people through direct access to the servers of major tech companies. It was the largest surveillance apparatus in human history, built in secret. The conspiracy was not a theory, it was policy. From Nazi scientists to digital ghosts, the line between conspiracy and reality is constantly being redrawn by declassified truths. These 10 examples are just the ones we know about. They are the secrets that manage to escape the vault. It forces us to ask a difficult question. How many more secrets are still buried? What truths are we not yet allowed to know? The greatest conspiracy may be the belief that conspiracies don't exist. Question everything.